was talking with them. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. I heard he's mad at me cause I'm getting money. I heard he's mad at me cause he's on me. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and you're tuned in to Madden 18 on EA Sports. We're across the pond in England this week, and two teams are hoping to show off for an international audience. It's the Vikings going up against the Browns.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. To return, here comes Marcus Sherrills. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. First carry now for the rookie, Dalvin Cook. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
Second down, Bradford. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On third down, Bradford. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Now, that's a great opening series defensively. You force what should be a 3-and-out on your opening possession.
And great coverage there on third down to force the incompletion to set up fourth. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. First carry now. This is Johnson. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back right around the 26. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. See if they stay on the ground for second down. Shotgun snap, Kessler. He rifles one that's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What, you mean with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. First down carry here for Johnson. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short. Shift together here from the D-line. Johnson again, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Kessler now on first down. A screen complete to Crowell. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, Kessler. And that is incomplete. Sammy Coates, the intended target there. And now it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. On 3rd down, Kessler. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Brian Robinson in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. The 8th-year man from Tennessee, this is Britton Colquitt on to punt. Marcus Sherrill's back deep for Minnesota. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Sherrills to return it. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and it'll be Viking football here as they take possession. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Oh, nice move. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
3 yards to go on 2nd down. Bradford. Over the middle, complete. It's Hodges. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, Bradford steps away to his left, and he slides to avoid the hit. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
And the quarterback is actually split out wide there in the Wildcat. On 2nd down, Cook. And the gadget package there won't do much for him. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Seven yards remain now on 3rd down. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down. Here's Ryan Quigley now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. Now on 4th and inches, they're going to want to talk this over. We get a timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Ryan Quigley now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. Here's Johnson. And he works free. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. 31 yards there and a first down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. Kessler looks to throw on second down. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
From the gun on third, Kessler. He's got his tight end, Njoku. And it's a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Charles, he lost a fumble last week as well. So now back-to-back weeks, maybe you expect that from your tailback, but not him.
You're exactly right, because you work a lot with your running backs about how they have to protect the ball in traffic. But downfield, in open space, that's dangerous as well, because you may make someone miss, and their flailing hand can knock the ball away if you don't tuck it away.
They start the drive with Cook. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now Bradford on second down. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On the ground with a tight end. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Cook getting the handoff for Bradford. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Bradford with a give to Murray. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
You and I both know that you don't really truly replace Adrian Peterson, but Latavius Murray's a really good back. Similar running styles, too. Won't wear the same number, we know that. But when you see him run, you might see a little bit of that in him, upright with some power.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll try to throw now. Bradford. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. To go here in the first half. Back to the booth right after this. A toss to Cook. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers that can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. The Vikings on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. The play fake to Murray. Now it's Bradford. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he's going to get to the 31. Enough for the first down. Bradford hitting Thielen there for a Viking first.
Hey, we talked about Adam Thielen a little bit last year, didn't we? Possession receiver, makes some tough catches, gets it done, and he's a homeboy. Grew up very close to the Twin Cities.
And showing those possession receiver skills right there to pick up the first. First down, here's the run with Cook. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. Forbath out to kick this one away. On the return now, it's Josh Hunt. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. Looking to throw on first is Kessler. Over the middle, here to Coates. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. First down now, but that clock rolling. On 1st and 10, it's Kessler. Caught, right side, it's Lewis. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Here's Kessler to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Offense working with a 3rd and 13 still left. To throw again is Kessler. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Here's Sherrills. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Reminder, a couple of good games still to come. Later tonight, it's the Steelers on the road in Detroit taking on the Lions. Then Monday night, the costumes will be in full force in Kansas City, I'm sure, as on the day before Halloween, we'll see the Chiefs play host to their AFC West rivals, the Broncos.
And wasn't it just a couple years ago, those two played a night game that was won by the Broncos on a fumble return with like 20 seconds to go?
Absolutely, that was a thriller. Cook. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 40, past the 20, and he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again,
and again.
and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we will send you back stateside to Orlando and say hello to Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah. There goes Duke Johnson. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Duke Johnson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
They run, Cook. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And some space here. And avoids the contact by sliding. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now a 2nd down throw for Bradford. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jamie Collins leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. In search of something here after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Bradford getting his guys ready. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On 3rd down, Bradford. And the pressure gets to him again. Jamie Collins in there again to drop him for the 2nd straight play. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Ryan Quigley now, as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And they're definitely showing blitz here. Now Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
The Browns on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd down and 12. From the shotgun, Kessler. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised. But that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Following the interception, Bradford. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important, too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense is in possession, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road. And there's a nice stop for the defense. They've had a tough time containing this guy all game long, but maybe they can build a little bit off of that play, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum. Yeah, every now and then you can actually tackle that guy.
The Vikings on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, last year, I'm not sure we saw very many of those runs, did we, from the Vikings? I mean, they had the poorest rushing attack in the league.
Just 75 yards per game, but carries like the one we just saw, that'll help bolster that average.
Yeah, certainly, and they tried to beef up the offensive line in the offseason, brought in Latavius Murray, and then drafted Dalvin Cook out of Florida State.
First down, Bradford, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Second down following the incompletion. Now Cook. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
This offense so far on third down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and goal. Now Bradford. Forced out to his left. And they're going to stop him here short of the goal line with the flag down. Well, this could set up a very interesting decision. The Vikings on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Throwing, Bradford. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal. And Forbath will put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points is the outcome, but probably not what they're looking for given the drive that they were on.
Yeah, things were looking good. You had it 1st and goal, but then the offense sputters a bit, and they're forced to settle for a field goal.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. offense with a fumble, but they recover it, and it brings up second down. Johnson. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall near the 25. That one good for 12 yards. And that's going to make it third down and 10. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. Throwing is Kessler on third down. To the right side and complete to Njoku. And that time he's smothered as he's wrestled down. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion.
Not too many teams will use a first-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the first round there. A nice little catch and run to get the good yardage. Welcome back now here in London. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the fourth. From midfield now, here's Kessler. And complete to Lewis over the middle. Brought down, but after we saw a flashy little move, stopped short of the 40. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. David Njoku was the intended receiver, and it's third and short.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Browns on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one for him.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
On the carry, it's Cook. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. So this brings up a 2nd and 2. They run the counter with Cook. And an alley to run. Evades him at the 20. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they move the chains. I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football, and this D-line probably getting sick of the O-line as well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about a conversation I had with Adam Gase, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins in the offseason. He told me that he asked his running backs each week for their favorite runs. Give me your 3.
Now the ball comes loose, and they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed. And Bradford showing a little frustration. He's going to turn and call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage. Work on that clock. See if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football. Gain some yardage and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They go play action here on first down. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Bucky Hodges, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. They had the lead in the fourth, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Forbath out to kick this one away. Sammy Coates now to return it. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
He's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for the Browns. 54 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
And the penalty now makes it 1st and 20. So the D-line's going to spread out. Kessler. A swing pass caught. That one goes for 24 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Duke Johnson with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Browns get a score closer. Now, he's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other 2/3, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
And the lead's down to 2 scores now at 16. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now a run with Cook. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. 2nd down, Bradford. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The Vikings on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. Bradford. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Time for a break. Here's Ryan Quigley now, standing right around the midfield stripe. We'll come back and see this one out after this. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. And the Browns getting set to go. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right? And
this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now Kessler dumping it off for Johnson. And down he'll go at the 25. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. They're still in search of the first down after that last completion. Kessler now on 3rd down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Here we go. Kessler on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught at the 20. What a decision to go for it on 4th from their own territory, and it pays off. 56 yards.
Here we go. Green, 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. Kessler under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Anthony Barr leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6.
But that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
No. Check. Patriot.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Well, they knew a lot of steps had to happen here. They got step 1, the touchdown. You need a 2-point conversion here, don't you?
You do, and as you continue to look ahead, if they're able to get that, somehow get the ball back and get another score, they have to go for 2 again. That's why teams are practicing multiple 2-point plays.
We saw that in Super Bowl 51 with the Patriots getting a pair of big 2-point conversions. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll try and run for it with Johnson. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. 2 timeouts remaining defensively, but that shouldn't make much difference right here.
It really shouldn't, but a lot of coaches look at it similar to baseball with the intentional walk.
Always bringing in other sports.
Hey, listen, think about the intentional walk, right? What if one gets past the catcher? What if he uncorks a wild one and now you still have an opportunity? That's why they like to use them all the way through.
On the ground, it's Cook. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard, you're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal, that's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Vikings, they close out this first half at a very solid